So just over a year ago, George Farmer come to my first tiny little studio shed that I had in my garden. A lot's changed since then. Okay, George doesn't know this, but I'm actually going to film him as soon as he arrives. So the last time George came and said hello to me, I opened the door and there was a camera right in my face. Hello.
New.
Right, George's reaction to the new studio.
Oh wow. I love it.
Is it alright?
Yeah, it's nice quiet. Use it.
Yeah. I've always got music that's normally a little bit more heavy than this. So George has just done a full tour of the whole of the studio. If you go on his channel, you'll be able to see that, or I'm going to link it all below. But now I want him to do a big trim up on the Peninsula Aquarium. I can do it, just that he's got way more experience than me, and I never trim anything, so as you know. Click subscribe.
This is a Hemianthus micranthomoides, which is growing like a weed in here. It is actually labelled as an advanced plant for Tropica, but I actually find it quite easy.
Yeah, same. It's my new favourite plant. I was just saying to George, my old favourite plant was the Limnophila, you can see here, because it grows so well and it's always so green, and it's a really good beginner plant. And George said actually it was his first plant he did well with, and it does have that effect. It's a very similar situation for me as well.
Yeah.
But now, oh my god, look what you've done to my tank, George.
It's alright, it's not my tank. But what we can do, you see, these cuttings,
Yeah.
we can actually pop them back in if
Yeah,
you
of
want
course.
to, if you've got time.
Sounds like a lot of effort.
Yeah, that's why I don't like stems.
George has found a problem. Insert theatrical music now.
So you've got a crip leaf here that's not doing so well. You can see there's some holes in it, and then you've got some green spot algae. So what we do is we just literally boom, and then that will generate new leaf growth. Because what's happening now is that plant was putting a lot of energy into trying to repair this leaf, but it's better to put more energy into growing a new leaf, and that new leaf is going to be super healthy.
Yeah.
Because that will never be fully repaired, so we just get rid of that. It's really nice to run a tank in the really long term.
Nope.
Sort of 6-12 months plus.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Because things like this can detach itself naturally in the Aquascape. It will float around somewhere.
That's a Java fern, by the way, guys.
Yeah. And then this is a Java fern plantlet. So these actually grow on the end of the leaves. And sometimes there you can see one there. So you can just see a tiny little plantlet just there. So that's just a mature version of this, basically. So that can float off in nature, and that will like float around, keep floating around, and eventually it will find somewhere and it will attach itself. And then over the coming months, that will just develop into a whole new plant.
Right, this now forever will be known as George Farmer's fern, okay?
Yeah, the farmer fern.
The Farmer fern. Right, we're really starting to get somewhere now. George just said himself it's looking a lot neater. I mean, obviously that's not usually my style, but it'll be nice to have like a neat scape for a short time before I let it go crazy again. Look at these. I like what George has done here. He's brought all these plants right into the foreground. Now he's not planted just straight into sand. Underneath there is a thin layer of like fine gravel and aqua soil. If you haven't seen the build video for this, guys, I'll leave a little card up above there somewhere. There? Yeah, there. Underneath there's a nutrition capsule, so you open them up and just pour it in onto the glass, and then you sort of lock them down. So there is nutrients for all these cool plants to be able to get. And that's why you can see a lot of this pearlweed is actually carpeting. So every node there has got a load of roots that are shooting down into that sand, and it'll actually start growing up out of those as well. So it's cool.
I just want to move this Altananthera here.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit too kind of high impact.
Yeah, in your face.
So I'm going to put it here.
Yes.
And it's going to just look a lot more natural.
Good shout.
A lot more well balanced.
George has now finished his our masterpiece.
Our collaboration piece.
Collaboration piece, yeah. It looks awesome. So he's gone. It's good getting someone else to do it because he's done it differently to how I would have done it. But that's good. It's, you know, especially in this little piece here. Absolutely love it. So we basically flattened everything, but still kept structure and like centerpieces, if you like, high at this end. That's what we wanted. And then the bulbitis has been raised up because, like George said, it's getting drowned out at the bottom of these stems. Even though we've cut them back, it's still drowning it, and they're going to grow more. And this side as well looks cool. So I was just saying to George, I think it'd be really good if all of the pearlweed sort of carpets out, which it will do. Look, you can see it doing it already. And then George said, keep this area open, and he's right. It's going to look really good, like a little beach area.
Yeah.
Nice, I like it. But George, I haven't, asked you about my discus tank yet, because obviously George has got discus coming as well. His tank has been specially made, as we already said. And what do you think? What do you think of my one?
I really love it. I really like it. I love the Aquascape, 2 distinct islands, really strong hardscape, fantastic use of the manzanita wood there. I love the way that you've got like they're touching here, and you've actually used that to attach the epiphytes as well. So you've got like a bridge.
Yeah, and they actually swim in and out of that area as well, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
They're not doing it now, of course they're not. They're not performing monkeys.
And I think I really like the open substrate because it's, if you did, I know you don't feed frozen foods or anything, but if you did, which a lot of discus keepers do, it's just really easy to maintain a nice thin layer of sand like this versus a regular gravel or a soil.
Yeah.
And with that in mind as well, you're literally just using epiphyte plants. So this is really, really low maintenance, and you can see the fish are happy. I would take anyone up on the issue that it's overstocked. It's absolutely not overstocked. And if anything, my only minor, if I had to give any kind of constructive criticism from my own personal taste, and it's all personal taste at the end of the day, I would prefer to see a single colour of discus. But that said, they do work really well together. I think the blue and the orange
They're coming to see you.
A great contrast with each other. They go together on the colour wheel, so actually to the human eye they really appeal. And they're beautiful specimens, especially this one here.
Yeah, well, when I got them, I thought about the colour wheel and everything. No, I didn't. I just